Hey there, Gabers. This is Patrick Warburton. Your host, Eric Shack 64, is he's getting a cup of coffee. So give him a minute, why don't you? All right? Right. All right, Gabers. Here's your host, Eric Shack 64. He's totally not just setting up his stream deck right now. He was definitely ready for this full stream here. Uh yeah, he's totally prepared. All right. Let's see if the scene works. Hello? Oh, the camera. Right. Hello? Come on. I promised this was all working earlier. Gabs, why's my camera not on? Uh what a day. What a day it's been. Man, maybe I have to uh okay, capture. Let's see what yikes. Probably gonna crash the PC at this rate. All right, we might go without the cam. I don't know. Let me go over here. Like seriously? Like what? Yeah, like I tested it before the stream. I guess all this power outage stuff like really messed us up today. All right, we got. Oh, there it is. Okay, all right, worth the wait. I finally got it working, and now all my monitors like reset every time I switch scenes or do anything. All right, gamers, are you ready to check out the Marvel's Avengers War Table deep dive on Hawkeye and the next gen console update? Maybe some details about PS5 and Xbox Series X integration. I know I am. So we're checking this out live, and then I'll do a little commentary afterward, and kind of let's project. But for right now, I'm just gonna be a quiet little boy and react. That's Hawkeye's old doggo.
Why'd you smash the reactor, Cap? A lot of people died.
A world divided. Its heroes outlawed. When evil eclipses hope, the only thing left is to fight back. War darkens the horizon. And it's going to take us all to stop Armageddon. Welcome to the end of the world.
Oh, got a little eye back. He just left. He's like, I'm out.
Welcome back to Marvel's Avengers War Table Deep Dive. You've reassembled Earth's mightiest heroes and defeated MODOK. You've met our first new hero in Season 1, Kate Bishop, as she uncovered an evil conspiracy involving Commander Nick Fury and time travel. As we noted, all footage in today's deep dive was captured on the PlayStation 5. We're excited to celebrate launch of Marvel's Avengers on next-generation systems on March 18th.
March
You'll
18.
experience enhanced visuals, higher frame rates, and faster load times. And there's no additional upgrade cost to current-gen players. Today, we'll deep dive into Chapter 2 of Season 1 with Operation Hawkeye, Future Imperfect. Clint's story brings us face-to-face with a possible future where all hope is lost.
If everything you saw is true, the end of the world is far closer than we'd like.
In the future, we get attacked by a warrior race called the Kree.
When will this Kree invasion take place, Clint?
Oh, no.
Clint! Don't die on me.
We thought we were heroes, but we died as fools.
Where's Nick Fury? Some things never change. Who's the murder hobo? Katie?
Clint?
What?
I'm the strongest. You never ventured beyond the storm. You coward.
Yeah, it's not one of those fun apocalypses.
Oh my god. Here, boy!
Clint!
The wastelands of our Future Imperfect story are heavily inspired by the Old Man Hawkeye series, especially the Eye for an Eye collection. In the comics, the world's supervillains organized to eliminate all superheroes, and the world collapsed from there. Hawkeye was spared and had to live to watch it all happen, and he ultimately avenges the fallen heroes. In our story, Old Man Hawkeye retired, and when the Kree invasion happened, he wasn't a part of the fight. He has tried to make up for it for decades, following Commander Nick Fury's trail through the wastelands in hope that he can make things right. Back in the present, young Hawkeye has business to deal with in his Brooklyn apartment, in a part of the story inspired by the comic run, My Life as a Weapon.
What?
Luckily, he'll have the help of a few friends, including everyone's favorite dog, Lucky. Our heroes will have to muster all their strength to deal with a new threat, the Supreme Leader, Maestro. After a devastating nuclear war destroys most of Earth, the Hulk is driven insane by the sheer scale of destruction and loss. Absorbing more and more excess radiation from the nuclear fallout, the maddened Hulk adopts a new name, Maestro, and decides to rebuild the world in his own image.
Maestro.
He takes out every other superhero and villain, finally resting on a throne surrounded by trophies of his defeated enemies. Maestro first appeared in The Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect #1, which released in December 1992. He's a Hulk from an alternate future that possesses Bruce Banner's terrifying intelligence and the Hulk's more ferocious personality traits. The Wastelands are a possible future in Hawkeye's Future Imperfect. The alien warrior race of the Kree invades Earth and leaves behind a barren, uninhabitable desert strewn with the wreckage of giant Kree battleships and sentries among the traces of humanity's last stand.
This is
The
wild.
Wastelands are a new region on the war table, and in
Okay.
addition to Hawkeye Future Imperfect missions, there are villain sectors and other missions that will appear alongside the Hawkeye operation and afterward.
Oh, we have a lot to unpack today,
Clint's
gamers.
bow skills are second to none in the Marvel Universe, and we took inspiration from his Ronin period to create his sword abilities, which makes him a powerful melee and ranged hero. We also looked to the comics to draw on the similarities and differences between Clint and Kate, how each should move and feel. Clint's quick draw reflexes intrinsic defense allows him to sidestep enemy attacks and parry with a fast staggering bow shot. Clint's Deadeye skill allows him to focus his aim on a single target, increasing damage and reaction with razor arrows. Clint's ranged arsenal is second to none with 10 different
Oh,
unique arrow
you
types.
see that suit?
Grapple arrow lets Clint traverse the environment with ease and is also an intrinsic heavy attack,
That's
reeling into
disgusting.
enemies before slashing them with his sword. His intrinsic attacks include boomerang arrows that seek out targets before returning.
He
Use
looked away
implosion
when he
arrows
shot
to
the
cluster
arrow.
enemies together or draw them away from you. Use tripwire shot to stagger weaker enemies and push back larger foes with a spread of projectiles tethered together with energy. Parry enemies with rocket arrows, which attach to targets, sending them airborne. Pulsar arrows attach to surfaces and build up energy before exploding. The more they build up, the bigger the boom. Clint's Assault Heroic uses Night Storm arrows. Launch into the air and rain down projectiles, decimating areas of the battlefield.
What?
Just as important, his Recovery Arrow Support Heroic unleashes nanobots that
He's a healer too!
And restore their willpower. The Hunter's Arrow Ultimate Heroic is an AI-guided projectile that flits across the battlefield, piercing targets. Once upgraded, fire 2 at once, add explosive charges, or focus damage on player-targeted foes. Like Kate, Clint comes with loads of outfits and emotes.
Oh, we doing some Ronin stuff, huh?
We love our fans and seeing how you react to our game. We couldn't do this without the Marvel's Avengers community.
Oh
And
my
as always, thank you for
gosh.
telling us what you think and what you would like to see in the future. Please follow Marvel's Avengers on YouTube for more exciting content.
I am. I
Make sure you
subscribe.
visit playavengers.com for our weekly blog where you can
I
find everything
do.
patch
I
notes,
get
quick
that
tips, and
every
fun
week.
content that you created. Until then, we'll see you online and in the game.
Aww. Good boy. Oh, he's got a little piece of bacon in there. March 18th. PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Okay. All right. Gamers, we have a lot to unpack today. Mephisto, welcome to the stream. Wow. That was a lot for 9 minutes. Like, they dropped a lot of information. A lot of images. Let's go through kind of like frame by frame. Let me get to a part. Yeah, that was mostly like a recap of the main story. I'll pause at some key points and do some frame by frame stuff here. Do our usual breakdowns.
Outlawed.
Yeah, this is all. You know what? They actually didn't talk about New Game Plus. I wonder if that's coming with this or if we have to wait.
When evil eclipses hope,
It's like, dude, being able to play
the
through
only thing left
the story again
is to
would be
fight
amazing
back.
without having to delete all your characters and all your all your gear, all your experience. Oof. Okay, yeah, that's all main story.
war darkens,
So there's Maestro. Kind of
and it's going to take
a Hulk that's been sort of just like he's kind of like Batman in Batman versus Superman. He gets like really cynical in this Future Imperfect storyline, which is what they're basing a lot of this off of. So it's actually going to be really cool. Like, it's a Hulk that just decided to like wipe everybody else out and remake humanity in his image. He just kind of like Batman. Like, he just got fed up with all the criminals, so he just started killing them. He's just like, I'm just sick of all this freaking crime. I'm just gonna
take us
I'll
all
fix this.
to stop Armageddon.
I love this costume for Hawkeye, by the way. All these like really heavily comic inspired stuff. And by the way, here's the Iron Man Centurion outfit that I have. Remember when we thought that was like stupid and then I bought it and I was like, dude, this is like the best skin Iron Man's ever had. And I know it's cheesy. I know it's like his stupid lame like gymnast outfit, but I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my favorite Iron Man costume so far, and I don't feel weird about it. I don't feel guilty. Nothing. Like that's kind of hot. Okay, and by the way, all this footage running on the PS5, so kind of giving us a preview of what the game will look like. The grapple arrows. Oof. Yeah. All right.
To the end of the world.
Okay, so a couple of details. Thor's cape, Cap's shield. We'll see some more here in a sec.
Welcome back to Marvel's Avengers War Table Deep Dive. You've reassembled Earth's mightiest heroes and defeated MODOK. You've met our first new hero in Season 1, Kate Bishop, as she uncovered an evil conspiracy involving Commander Nick Fury and time travel.
Yeah, Nick Fury, time travel.
All footage in today's deep dive was captured on the PlayStation 5. We're excited to celebrate the launch of Marvel's Avengers on next-generation systems on March 18th. You'll experience enhanced visuals, higher frame rates, and faster load times. And there's no additional upgrade cost to current-gen players.
Honestly, the load times are not bad. We already have 60 frames. Interesting.
Today, we'll deep dive into Chapter 2 of Season 1 with Operation Hawkeye, Future Imperfect. Clint's story brings us face-to-face with a possible future.
Okay, so we have an older
all
Clint
is
that we
lost.
run into as well. Because we're time traveling into the future.
If everything you saw is true, the end of the world is far closer than
And
we'd
he's
like.
been in a coma since the end of the last DLC.
In the future, we get attacked by a warrior race called the Kree.
And remember, we fought a giant Kree at the end of the story. And if you guys have seen Captain Marvel, the movie, for those of us, you know, that aren't super nerds or maybe not reading all the comic books, playing all the games or whatever, you've already seen the Kree, right? You've seen Captain Marvel. You've probably seen them in Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
When will this Kree invasion take place, Clint?
Oh no.
Clint! Don't die on me.
We thought we were heroes, but we died.
Okay, so that's, I know this is obvious, but that's kind of looks like Iron Man's helmet there. Okay, so once again, Thor's cape. Of course, we see some aimbot. I want to see, there was a scene where I saw something really good. Okay, there's Nick Fury once again. So there's all these like things here where I guess Hawkeye has been trying to track Nick Fury or something, get in contact with him.
Nick Fury.
Okay, we see Nick Fury here with the Avengers. Or no, not with the Avengers. That's that's your girl. Your crazy mad scientist, Monica. Okay, so Fury's here with what looks kind of like a railgun. I don't know. He's rocking it. I'm excited. I'm excited to see some more Nick Fury.
Some things never change.
Okay, and we got Taskmaster here in the future.
Who's the murder hobo? Katie?
Clint?
And we got old man Clint there. Kind of cool. Oh, and guess what? Okay, so I was saying this earlier, and I was like, you know what? The game kind of really didn't use the watchdogs very much. You know, these are sort of the rebel militia dudes that are like, let's kill all the superheroes. Like, you know, they're like, they were like briefly in the story when we kind of ventured out to like Utah and stuff like that in the game. So it was, I feel like they underused them and like pretty much just used AIM robots most of the time. When we actually have like some decent human enemies, they're somewhat of a challenge. So that's also Clint's new base right there. We should mention that. This is his Brooklyn hub. I guess he's gonna hang out there. That's kind of cool. New location, potentially maybe new bounties there, right?
Beyond the store.
That's how it's been with most locations. Okay, so we got aimbot trophies here. Okay, obviously Hulk doesn't care, not one single bit that he has arrows in his chest. Okay, we got our Kree boys, we got some twin jets and stuff rolling in. You got Micah there doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's not one of those fun apocalypses.
Oh my god. Here, boy!
Clint!
The The wastelands of our future imperfect story are heavily inspired by the Old Man Hawkeye series.
So, right there. Cool. That's going to be awesome. I mean, they're honestly combining a lot of really cool stuff here. They're combining a lot of things all at once, like Future Imperfect, Old Man Hawkeye.
Especially the Eye for an Eye collection. In the comics, the world's supervillains organized to eliminate all superheroes, and the world collapsed from there. Hawkeye was spared and had to live to watch it all happen, and he ultimately avenges the fallen heroes. In our story, Old Man Hawkeye retired, and when the Kree invasion happened, he wasn't a part of the fight. He has tried to make up for it for decades, following Commander Nick Fury's trail through the wastelands in hope that he can make things right. Back in the present, young Hawkeye has business to deal with in his Brooklyn apartment, in a part of the story inspired by the comic run, My Life as a Weapon.
Now, see, this is the other one that they heavily inspired their Hawkeye that's appearing in the game on. So we're going to see references to, like, the costumes that he wears throughout this series and his interactions with Kate Bishop.
Luckily, he'll have the help of a few friends, including everyone's favorite dog, Lucky. Our heroes will have to muster all their strength to deal with a new threat. The Supreme Leader...
Oh, next, look. All right, you see Thor's hammer, Cap's shield. You see Hulkbuster over there on the far left. And what's that? What's that black helmet right there? Oh, it's Black Panther, gamers. Yeah, so there's Black Panther. Yeah, Black Widow's gauntlet. You got Iron Man's helmet. You got Kamala's bag right there next to Maestro's foot. So yeah, I think they're gonna use this as a lead-in to the Black Panther stuff. They're gonna be like, yeah, Black Panther's dead, and they probably don't want to drop too many Easter eggs about like what's coming next after that. But you guys should be excited because honestly, they showed us a Black Panther like logo, essentially, like just a little picture rendering that they did, just like a little icon. And now we're like actually getting to see like the design of his helmet. We haven't really seen much beyond that. I mean, there might be like unofficial leaks out there and stuff, but I mean, honestly, this is the jam right here. Let me do one thing real quick. Not sure why I didn't have Light Shot downloaded, but that's part of the new SSD here. One of those things we gotta get out of the way. Oh my god, not right now though. I mean, like, I'm gonna download it, like, do it over here. Nope. I accept the agreement. Honestly, this is a great screenshot. But what are we thinking so far, chat? What do we think of some of the stuff that's been shown today? Are we excited? Press print screen as per usual. I'm just gonna do a full screen capture. I'll crop later if I need to. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Supreme Leader, Maestro.
So yeah, lots of
After
little
a
details for us
nuclear
to get.
war destroyed
And this is the new area called the Wasteland that we'll be able to roam. Futuristic area,
most of Earth,
right?
the Hulk is
Post-apocalypse.
driven insane by
Lady
the sheer
G,
scale of
gamers!
destruction.
Lady G, let me go back just for you. Lady G, do you see anything here? I don't know if you can see like all these Easter eggs right here, but I don't know. There's like a certain thing that we haven't seen before that's on the screen. I don't want to play Blue's Clues over here or anything, but it's right next to Cap's shield. Oh my god, all caps! Oh, Black Panther! Yes! Oh, hype! So yeah, we got Hulkbuster's helmet on the far left there. You got Thor's hammer. You got Cap's shield, Black Widow's gauntlet, Black Panther's helmet, Iron Man's helmet, and Kamala Khan's bag there. So that's Miss Marvel's bag. Yes!
Leader, Maestro. After a devastating nuclear
And
war
Hulk has
destroys
gone
most of
mad
Earth, the Hulk is driven
as
insane
Maestro.
by the sheer scale of destruction and loss, absorbing more and more excess radiation from
1 sec. We're doing the deep dive scrub right now. All right. What is that right there? That just looks like Mjolnir or something, or maybe just like some rebar. I don't know. I thought it was something. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of missing posters here too.
sheer scale of destruction and loss.
All right.
Absorbing
Anyway.
more and more excess radiation from the nuclear fallout, the maddened Hulk adopts a new
Yeah, and you see Thor's cape right there. Yeah, there's Thor's cape, just to make it like more obvious. Like Hulk killed everybody. So we got Hawkeye here.
name, Maestro,
The modern day
and
Hawkeye.
decides to rebuild the world in his own image. He takes out every other superhero and villain, finally resting on a throne
Interacting
surrounded
with
by trophies
old
of
man
his
Hawkeye
defeated enemies.
in this storyline.
Maestro first appeared in The Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect #1, which released in December 1992. He's a Hulk from an alternate future that possesses Bruce Banner's terrifying intelligence and the Hulk's more ferocious personality traits. The Wastelands are a possible future in Hawkeye's Future Imperfect. The alien warrior race of the Kree invades Earth and leaves behind a barren, uninhabitable desert strewn with the wreckage of giant Kree battleships and sentries among the traces of humanity's last stand. The Wastelands are a new region on the war table, and in addition to Hawkeye Future Imperfect missions, there are villain sectors and other missions that will appear
Okay, Hawkeye's mission features Hawkeye. Right, got it.
alongside the
The Ewan funeral. Shield is located at a fallen Kree excavation site in the future Wastelands. The Avengers are tasked to investigate and extract any information about the Kree and their mechanical giants. Yeah, so they mention they're gonna have like new hang on, let me go back. Yeah, they're gonna have like, so not just the new area and the new storyline, but like new villain sectors, which mean new villains that will rotate out and such. That means new war zones, potentially maybe new vaults, maybe new hive sectors and stuff like that. Maybe typically everything that comes with a new area in the game. So that should be quite refreshing. And this is coming March 18th with the next gen update, right? Next gen update, same day, and it's free of charge. So PS5, Xbox Series X and S, you're good to go. You just load up the game, or there will be a download, of course. And of course the PS5 has a thing where like it says, "Hey, you're playing the PS4 version. Are you sure you want to do this?" So like when there actually is a PS5 version of the game, it will let you know. You'll be able to download it. You won't be accidentally playing the PS4 version. If you're worried about that. They said higher frame rates and faster load times. Now we already have 60 frames playing the PS4 version backwards compatible. So I'm wondering, do they mean that we might get higher frame rates than 60? Or could we potentially be looking at other things, higher resolution or ray tracing or something crazy like that? We'll see. And let's get back here.
the Hawkeye operation and afterwards.
That's cool.
Clint's bow skills are second to none in the Marvel Universe.
Also, we were talking about Ronin earlier, and they are going to have some Ronin skins for you, gamers. All right?
And we took inspiration from his Ronin period to create his sword abilities, which makes him a powerful melee and ranged hero. We also looked to the comics
They're also showing Elektra there. Kind of interesting.
to draw on the similarities and differences between Clint and Kate, how each should move.
Once again, Taskmaster, your boy Taskmaster, still, they're just never gonna let him go, are they? Like, they're gonna make us fight him forever. Like, we've already fought him like a million times, but it's
Clint's
alright.
quick draw reflexes intrinsic defense allows him to sidestep enemy attacks and parry with a fast, staggering bow shot.
Alright,
Clint's Deadeye skill allows him to focus his aim on a single target, increasing
notice
damage and reaction with razor arrows. Clint's ranged arsenal is second to none.
oh, you guys seeing this? You guys, are we? Woo! Are we all watching like the same screen right now? Let me get a screenshot live, gamers. Let me I'm all about that thumbnail game, all right? Now that I'm now that I'm a YouTuber, guys, all right? I'm all about the thumbnails. I'm sure they'll have high-res ones available on the website, but I kind of want to grab some just for me to like hang on my bedroom wall and stuff, you know? You know what I mean?
On with 10 different unique arrow types. Grapple Arrow lets Clint traverse the environment with ease and is also an intrinsic heavy attack.
See?
Reeling into enemies before slashing them with
So
his
grapple
sword.
arrows.
His intrinsic attacks include
No, not on the wall. But yeah, so Kate Bishop, she travels, you know, with sort of the portals, right? She's always warping in and out and stuff to get places. And I guess sort of similar to how Black Widow uses her grapple as an intrinsic ability. You press right trigger and she can grapple enemies and, you know, of course she can grapple the different areas. I think that's a really cool integration for Hawkeye and the fact that they're using it with his arrows. All right, so we got boomerang arrows
that seek out targets before returning.
Hang on. Let's go back. Let's watch that again. That was
Grapple
too
Arrow
cool.
lets Clint
Wait.
traverse the environment with ease and is
Keep your eyes
also an
peeled. Watch
intrinsic
these
heavy
boomerang
attack.
arrows. Watch
Reeling
what
into
happens.
enemies before slashing them with his sword. His intrinsic attacks include boomerang arrows that seek out targets.
He caught the
before
arrow,
returning.
then he looked
Use
away and
implosion
shot it
arrows
again.
to cluster enemies together or draw them away from you. Use tripwire shot to stagger weaker enemies and push back larger foes with a spread of projectiles tethered together with energy. Parry enemies with rocket arrows, which attach to targets, sending them airborne.
I think we were worried.
Pulsar arrows attached.
I think we were worried about them doing like a copy pasta on Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, like launching them back to back kind of seemed like a bad idea. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like we were getting a lot of archers in this game and that, you know, it was going to be quite similar. Even if they found a good way to differentiate them, it didn't seem like a good idea. I'm honestly like blown away by what they're doing here, and I'm super excited. I can't believe that I'm excited for Hawkeye.
And build up energy
He's
before
by far the
exploding.
lamest
The more they
Avenger,
build up, the bigger the boom.
but
Clint's
like
Assault Heroic uses night
they made
storm
him so
arrows.
cool.
Launch into the air and
Both
rain
in the
down
movies,
projectiles,
the comics,
decimating
and now the
areas of
game.
the battlefield. Just as important,
I always thought he was
his
such a
recovery
loser.
arrow support heroic
All right, this
areas
is
of
my
the
favorite
battlefield.
thing.
Just as important, his recovery arrow
Healing,
support heroic
radial
unleashes
area,
nanobots that
right?
swarm nearby allies and restore their willpower.
Beautiful.
The Hunter's Arrow Ultimate Heroic is an AI-guided projectile that flits across the battlefield, piercing targets.
Tell me
Once
none of that's
upgraded,
cool.
Fire 2 at once, add explosive charges.
You'll be
or
wrong.
Focus damage on player-targeted foes. Like Kate, Clint
Okay,
comes with
okay.
loads
All right,
of
pause.
damage on player-targeted
All right, there.
foes.
Listen.
Like
My goodness. You see that? Woo, woo, woo. All right, they're finally going to do the skins right, gamers.
Kate, Clint comes with loads.
All right, there's nothing lamer than Hawkeye's like stupid little mask costume. But like this looks so freaking cool. All right? Okay? Two dogs and a dingo walk into a bar. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Dude, I'm screenshotting some stuff right here. Even though I'll probably grab some high-res shots that the devs drop somewhere on the internet.
And emotes.
Look at that Ronin, dude. Look at that. That's disgusting. Look what they've done. And the emote. Apple on Apple on an arrow there.
You react to our game. We couldn't do this without the Marvel's Avengers community. And as always, thank you for telling us what you think and what you would like to see in the future.
That looks so
Please
clean.
follow Marvel's Avengers on YouTube for more exciting content.
It's subscribe. If you were a YouTuber like me, you would know that the words are subscribe, not follow. I'm just saying. That Ronin is 100% inspired by Hawkeye Freefall. His hips be kind of big though. Yeah, dude. I think didn't they show like that exact cover, comic book cover like a second ago? They might have. They might have shown it like, dude, yeah, they're pulling from some good sources, honestly. And like I said, I'm not even a Hawkeye fan,
series,
and like
especially
all of a
the
sudden
Eye
I
for an Eye
am.
collection. In the
All of a
comics,
sudden
the
I'm kind of
world's
cool.
supervillains organized to eliminate all superheroes, and the world collapsed from there.
And the world
Hawkeye was
collapsed.
spared and had to live to watch it all happen, and he ultimately avenges the fallen heroes. In our story,
Honestly, some of these old man runs, like Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye, like stuff like that, those are incredibly underrated comics and stuff.
can make things right. Back in the present,
Yeah,
Hawkeye
yeah,
has
okay.
business
Yeah,
to
let's
deal
skip
with
to
in
that
his
part.
Brooklyn apartment.
That's
In a part of the
I was
story
trying to
inspired by
remember
the
where
comic
they
run, My Life as a
showcased
Weapon.
that.
Luckily, he'll
My
have the
Life
help
as a
of few
Weapon,
friends.
that's a good one.
Maestro first appeared in the Incredible
Okay,
Hulk
that's
Future Imperfects
Maestro
number
history. Yeah.
a baron among the trade war table. A
Believe me.
period to create his sword abilities. In
Okay,
the
here
Marvel
it is.
universe,
Yeah, there it is. That's the one I was talking about.
Clint's bow skills are
There it is.
second to none.
Look at that. Disgusting. They pulled off the look really well. Not all their skins are a home run in this game, honestly. But this is good. Let's see. 100% inspired. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why aren't you included with all the other reactors? I don't know. I'm probably ooh, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I'm probably too small. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. They did when talking about short skills. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got you. Got you. So how excited are you for this? Does this renew any interest in the game for you? Were you already interested? Because me, like, I'm still playing the game. I'm not really dissatisfied. You know, like I have some complaints, but like I'm still enjoying the game. I'm still, trying to wade through all the content, even though some of the aimbots get a little repetitive.
None in the
And
Marvel
I gotta
universe,
admit, I think
and we
Hawkeye's
took
kind of lame.
inspiration from his
Like,
Ronin
I'm
period
sorry.
to create his
Like,
sword abilities,
his
which
original
makes him a
costume is like
powerful
super
melee
lame.
and
You know,
ranged
like
hero.
that.
We also look to the comics to draw on
Once again. Oof, look at these killer costumes. Dude, Electra, baby. Holy. Lady G says, I just need time to get into it. Lady G, you let me know. You let me know when you get into it. All right? Because I have this on PS5 and PC. Listen, I know I said he's lame, but like let me follow up. Let me follow up, all right? I'm a changed man, all right? Men can change. Not in the way you're thinking if you're a woman. But okay, I have changed. Zen Zenix Gaming. What is up? Love you. Love you, mate. 349. Love you, 349. So yeah, I'm a changed man, all right? I think some Hawkeye comics, Hawkeye in the movies, and the game. I changed my mind, right? I changed my mind, like honestly, all right? Even Scarlet Witch's like old costume, like kind of lame too, right? You know how they did things in the 60s and stuff, Some of those were kind of lame, all right? But they have made Hawkeye cool. And now I'm super hyped. I love the game, just not too happy about that March 18th release. Yeah, so next gen console update and this Hawkeye Future Imperfect DLC, March 18th. Yeah, it seems like an eternity from right now. And even keeping in mind that they're developing this in a pandemic and like, there's been a content drought since what was it, December or so? And they've been talking about New Game Plus for quite a while about releasing that, and we didn't get any word about that today. Absolutely, I have it on PS4. Ooh, Lady G. All right, okay. I'm gonna have to DM Lady G at the end of the stream. All right, for certain reasons. Zen says that made my day. You made my day. Coming in here on the YouTube. Look at that. What a pro gamer. I can't believe I'm in his presence right now, the beard of Twitch. Let's go on. Let's go on.
The similarities and
We're doing our
differences
deep
between
dive
Clint
here.
and Kate, how each should move and feel.
His abilities
Clint's
look
quick
so
draw
cool,
reflexes
too.
Intrinsic defense allows him to sidestep enemy attacks and parry with a fast, staggering
I'm sorry I
motion.
hurt your soul, though,
Clint's
by the way.
Deadeye skill allows him to focus
You probably
his
get
aim
this
on
all
a
the time,
single
but you're
target,
super underrated.
increasing
I
damage
appreciate that.
and
I
reaction
appreciate
with
that.
laser
If you
arrows.
like the channel, like
Clint's
and
ranged
subscribe.
arsenal is
Like
second to
the
none
video,
with
subscribe
10
to the
different
channel.
unique arrow types.
We have more great
Grapple arrow
content like
lets
this.
Clint
I play
traverse the
Avengers all the
environment
time.
with ease and is also an intrinsic heavy attack, reeling into enemies before slashing them with his sword. His intrinsic attacks include
Tell me
boomerang
none of this
arrows
looks cool.
that seek out targets before returning. Use
Look at that.
implosion arrows to cluster enemies together or draw them away from you. Use tripwire shot to stagger weaker enemies and push back larger foes with a spread of projectiles tethered together with energy. Parry enemies with rocket arrows, which attach to targets, sending them airborne. Pulsar arrows attach to surfaces and build up energy before exploding. The more they build up, the bigger the boom. Clint's assault heroic uses night storm arrows. Launch into the air and rain down projectiles, decimating areas of the battlefield. Just as important, his recovery arrow support heroic unleashes nanobots that swarm nearby allies.
It's like they went in my brain and they said, like, what does Aaron like to do? He likes to do a little healing rift. He likes to do a little circular area of healing. Like, they rip things that, like,
and
I never
restore
thought
their
they would
willpower.
do, honestly.
The Hunter's Arrow Ultimate Heroic is an AI-guided projectile that flits across the battlefield, piercing targets. Once upgraded, fire 2 at once, add explosive charges, or focus damage on player-targeted foes. Like Kate, Clint comes with loads of outfits and emotes.
God bless.
We love our fans and seeing how you react to our game. We couldn't do this without the Marvel's Avengers community.
Well,
and as always, thank you for telling us what you think
at those
and
pro
what you'd
gamer
like to see in the
chairs.
future. Please follow Marvel's Avengers on YouTube for more
Subscribe,
exciting
not follow.
content. Make sure you visit playavengers.com for our weekly blog where you can find everything from patch notes to tips and fun content that you created. Until then, we'll see you online and in the game.
You're explaining Clint better than the actual narrator. No! Oh no! She's a nice lady. She's a nice lady. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna run in the background with the sound off. So what do we think? Like, overall? Are we hyped? Did we rip all the Easter eggs that we could out of this footage here? I want to see how they utilize the dog. Like, whether it's in the story or like, can you just go up and pet him while we're in the helicarrier? Like, is he gonna be like? Wouldn't it be cool if he shows up during a takedown or something? You know, like, even if it's one of the paid takedowns, I'll happily buy it like immediately. If the dog could like come over and like bite the enemy or like maybe lick them when they're dead, just like just how cool would that be? You would laugh. You would laugh if it actually happened. I'm serious. Where's the new game plus? It's enraging. I know it was in QA testing. So that means it's close to coming out. But they didn't mention anything about it. Lucky needs to be this game's Spider-Cat. Yeah. So if you played Spider-Man Miles Morales, you know about the Bodega Cat, who is named Spider-Man, and you got that outfit where the cat is in your backpack, and when you do takedowns and stuff, the little cat comes out and scratches the enemy. And of course, like, while you're web swinging, like, the cat will like come out and like lick his paws and, you know, just be a cat. And it's the cutest thing, best thing in the world, honestly. Well, actually, didn't they show? Hang on, didn't they show? It might have been an emote. It might have been an emote for Hawkeye. Hang on. We'll find it. I think we have another Easter egg. I'll let it play. No, I think there was a thing. Uh, yeah, I think it was like right here, somewhere at the beginning of the video. They were like, yeah, they were like showing Hawkeye, and then like the dog came in. He really does look cool. I can't believe it. They pulled it off. They pulled off Yeah, that might be an emote. Yeah, I think that's an emote. That's still cool. But yeah, notice how he like jumped into a portal. I wonder if they could use that in a combat sense. That would be really cool. That would be thick. A lucky animation where he walks around Clint. Yeah, it's gotta be an emote, right? Absolutely. I think this game needs more, like, because look at how much hype you can build when they give you something, right? Like, even if they give you like vague release dates, like it's better to have like some footage or some information or something to go off. Like they haven't really. And I understand they're dealing with like Marvel licensing and stuff. Like everything has to be approved and signed by like, like everybody in the company. They're like the president of Marvel has to, and Disney's got to sign off, and all three of these nerds have to sign off. Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, like nobody can do anything without probably going through tons and tons of red tape and make sure that they're not screwing up the Marvel universe. They're not treading on the movies or the TV show and ruining stuff. But they've actually been pretty good about making sure that all that content can exist. Where, DC was kind of like, we can't have a Superman TV show and a Superman movie. It would confuse the hell out of everybody. They wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't understand that they're two different universes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can have content everywhere. Come on. Yeah, like roadmaps. And they said that they couldn't do a roadmap, and it's understandable because they couldn't guarantee the dates. They couldn't guarantee that they would have authorization for certain stuff. So they said ultimately roadmaps might be too difficult for them to pull off with what they're doing. But like it's not that we it's not that they'd be lying. I mean, it would just be nice to have like a vague idea. Like, is this game gonna be around in a year? You know what I mean? Like, even if it's like super vague, we knew Black Panther was coming. We know Spider-Man is coming, right? Like, if they just gave us vague things like that, like just say, hey, like Doctor Strange, maybe in a year, like who knows? If they just said that, like it would generate a little bit of hype here. Or if it was just really just anything. I mean, you could really just say anything. Just to sort of, give some hope and like maybe just a plan, just a very rough plan. And you can hold yourself accountable if you don't make those goals, or if you say like, sorry guys, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic. We couldn't get this feature out as soon as we wanted to. I know they've been busy patching bugs. Like, remember, during the first month that this game was available, they patched over 1,000 bugs. Okay, Cyberpunk didn't even pull that off, but I'm not here to bash on Cyberpunk today. Yeah, it's crazy. Taskmaster gets a grapple kick and claws when T'Challa and Parker are added. And you know what? I was playing as Kamala last night and Miss Marvel. And I was traversing the world with her big long arms, and she was swinging off light poles like she was Spider-Man. I was saying this last night. I said, if they just do that, a little better, they could pull off a really good Spider-Man. I know that a lot of us hold Spider-Man in very high regard, right? Especially after Insomniac's run with Spider-Man. We're kind of like, if they don't do the web swinging as good as that, they shouldn't have Spider-Man. But I to give them credit, I think they've nailed traversal and combat, especially combat for each of the characters in the game. I think if there's one thing that they've done absolutely perfectly, it's the combat, because that's what keeps me coming back. I'm super addicted. They've nailed each character's look, the individuality. of each character. No character plays the same way. You know what I mean? So I think if they just do that, they're gonna have a really good Spider-Man and probably a really good Black Panther. I mean, just looking at what they've done with all the other characters so far. And they're just showing off like different skills and heroics here, right? Like we're not even talking about like how in depth the skill trees are gonna get and how that's gonna modify Hawkeye even further. Once you get a build going, once you start combining, different perks and elements in the skill tree and coming up with your unique version of Hawkeye, right? Dude, that's gonna be rad. You could say that they could have shown more. You could say that they could have teased Black Panther a little heavier on us. You could say that they should have talked more about the next gen update. Said like, hey, are we getting 4K? Are we getting ray tracing? Like, what's going on here? But the fact that they showed it is pretty good. The fact that they said, hey, this is running on PS5. I've been pretty pleased with how the game runs on PS5. My PC runs the game well enough, I would say, but could be better. But that's mostly on my end for owning a 1070. you know. But this looks good. It looks clean. It looks exciting. Even with Kate Bishop, we didn't really get a new area. So this is a substantially larger DLC, I would say, right? If we're including new storyline, new area, new villain sectors, new missions there, that's going to be new drop zones, war zones, and oh my god, she says follow on YouTube. You believe me? You believe that? That's terrible. But actually, I'm really pleased. And they've done a good job, and when they speak out and like when they do these war tables, they're actually really well done. It's a really good job. But we do have we see some glaring issues, and it's always good to speak critically, but in a constructive way. Not to be hateful or rude, unkind, stuff like that. Someone reported the wastelands are semi-open world, having POI. Yeah, I mean, that would be really cool. I mean, some of the areas are kind of open anyway. I mean, when you do a mission, you just drop in, you kind of get to free roam and do side quests and stuff. I understand people kind of wanting something akin to New York in Spider-Man. Just wanting to like jump in, like solve random crimes and just roam the streets. A lot of people want civilians too, which, I think would up the stakes more if they found a way to pull that off. Because you don't really feel like a hero if you're not saving people. And really, we're just like fighting robots and people and stuff. And it's like we don't really feel like we're being heroes sometimes. Especially if we're in a wasteland, like nobody's there. You know what I mean? Like we're just there. We're just there fighting the enemies. It's like there's no stakes. Like, yeah, if we lose, humanity's done. But it's like, well, where are they? you know? So like that's what feels cool when we're playing games like Spider-Man and stuff. Like we see the civilians there and we're trying to like minimize the damage, and we're trying to save people while, Spider-Man's obviously always multitasking, right? Between saving civilians, fighting the enemies, trying to stay alive, keeping Mary Jane alive as well, that kind of thing. Yeah, I doubt they would change like the way open worlds work. I see that if that's like a long road there. Yeah, I noticed they showed some civilians in the background when they showed that Hawkeye like doing kind of a Cupid thing. That was cool. That actually looked really cool. I imagine those are just civilians hanging out at his Brooklyn apartment because that's what it looked like in the background. It had that dartboard there. I want to see their iconic stories carry on as well. Because Thor was in pursuit of Loki, and that was really cool. and Hulk had just defeated Abomination, and like Iron Man had a really good storyline as well, where he sort of built like a whole new suit of armor that was really cool. And we had that mission where Iron Man just like flew through and destroyed a bunch of stuff and boosted his thrusters all the way. Like that was really fun. Played like some mock AC/DC music, Or actually, no, they played some Scorpions. Actually, yeah, they played some Scorpions. Too. Yeah, classic rock, classic stuff, 80s. Okay, so before we wrap everything up, any final thoughts, comments, questions, concerns? I think we'll wrap it up here in a minute. I mean, we made an hour out of out of a 9-minute trailer. Usually, we can kind of sum up some of the information about 30 minutes, but really, there's a lot to unpack here, and there's a lot to talk about. It's really interesting. Well, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you coming through. Two Dogs and a Dingo. Let's see. Next live stream, probably Thursday. I always like to stream on Reset Day. Play some Marvel's Avengers on Reset Day. And we'll be working on some challenge cards and just playing through some content, leveling up some characters and stuff. So yeah, we'll do that. Before we get out of here, I'll drop some mandatory links. Of course, you see Twitter right there. Links to all the social media there. We got Discord. I'm sure these will pop up in a sec. And of course, we have the Patreon where I'm dropping some exclusive content there. Yeah, all the links. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I always love doing these coverage, deep dives, breakdowns, and stuff, especially on this game, but, definitely on other games as well. We did one on Black Myth Wukong recently. They did a Year of the Ox trailer. That's doing very well on the channel. People are really excited about that game, and it was really cool that they dropped some new gameplay there. We got Mario Mondays. I think next Monday I'll be back on Super Mario Maker 2. Whereas this week we checked out Super Mario 3D World, but I kind of want to wait until we can do that in co-op. Want to thank Lady G for coming by. Zenix Gaming, my bestest buddy across the ocean, for coming in. Two Dogs and a Dingo for jumping in and providing some needed Hawkeye support here and dropping some exciting commentary about our trailer here. So until next time, you guys stay safe, stay warm, and yeah, we'll see you next time. All right, take care, and we'll catch you, I believe, Thursday. We'll be live. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed the show, gamers. That was my friend Eric Shack 64. John Scott. Have a good one. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Patrick Warburton, and this has been an Avengers broadcast, for Cusco.